I had a call out here last Thursday, I believe, for their store having a power surge, and the rack went down. Got out here, it was raining. There wasn't all that much I could do. They'd already lost the product in some of their multi-decks. They put everything in the walk-ins. So the walk-ins kept the majority of stuff at the food safe temperature until I got back the next morning. Finished troubleshooting it, and it. So UPS is basically a battery backup is what had caused the failure of the unit. It was getting 120 in, wasn't putting it out. So 120 volts was coming from here, going to my UPS on the back side, coming back, going into my EMS power, being fed to all my control transformers up there for all my CPS board and my E2. Everything's looking decent right now. 382, my medium temp, low temp, 379, discharge 195. No alarms since, let's see, alarm menu, last alarm was on 4th. Actually yesterday, high suction limit, we did deal with that digital sensor alarm. Yeah, nothing, door alarm, nothing really out of the way. I changed the probes the other day too, but everything looks to be operating just as designed. Let's see, freezer process time limit. And another thing I found was with my freezer, it was taking forever for my A01A to get down to temperature. It was never reaching temperature, and hadn't been reaching temperature even before I got out here for the rack down. It turned out being, I think, I shot it with thermal imaging camera, Clear CX3 or 30CX, and ended up being some gas in there, air curtains, and that was really all I found. But we're going to see if it comes back down to temp. It's pulling down relatively fast from where it was. It was at +5, so we're going to see if it pulls down while I'm out here. But I think it will. I think we should have no more problems with it. Waiting on them to Phoenix to send me another UPS. They want to go with the direct OEM replacement for this, just so they know it hooks up to their monitoring system, and so they can see if it's going out. Needs an Ethernet cable or a Cat 5 cable connector. But yeah, it's really straightforward call whenever I came out here. What I just did is bypass, pulled out my race base right here. That's my neutral going to my EMS power, and then right here my 1A going to my 120 to my EMS power. I'm back up and running. So I'm going to check my gas valve, unoperated. So I don't have any flood back right now. This would be dumping hot gas in my suction. Dump valve doesn't make sure that you don't have any flood back on it right there. And check receiver level 1 ball. I'm good with 1 ball. 1 ball is fine with me. I just heard that, yeah. Hot gas not like normal refrigerants. They have a lot of different properties than normal refrigerants, where if you sit stable for too long, your CO2 is volatile, so it'll start building up pressure if it's just sitting stable. And these, I believe, have 1,800 pound pop-off valve, to where if it gets above 1,800 psi, it blows off. Blows right off out of there. See someone put a balloon on there to see if it blows discharge, probably an install. But the whole time I was here working on it that day, in the rain, doing what I could, it was burping and blowing the whole time. So I'm going to put around 200 pounds, which is almost half. Replace battery backup. My old battery backup right there, I'll pull out. The new one we put back in, 120 volts. Just shut the rack down for a second to replace it. Really just shut my EMS down. So you see my EMS is on. Everything's on. Yeah. The battery backup comes from here. That powers the battery backup. Battery backup comes back to the top right there, 1A and 2A, and then powers all your control transformers up there for all your CPC boards, and ultimately your EMS or your E2, whatever. So if I go and turn off my EMS power, I'm really only turning off my battery backup, but my battery backup just storing enough to power everything that needs to be powered for a short period of time. I don't know how long. It's a 1500 VA battery backup, so I'm not really sure how long it's going to power everything for. But so just so y'all know, the purpose of the UPS is to provide power to the CPCs long enough in the event of a power failure or rack failure to drive all your valves in the correct position. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me for more on Instagram and Facebook as well.